On the blip today, Disney's Force Jacket prototype allows you to feel every VR punch, T-Mobile and Sprint merged to create a 5G powerhouse, AMD getting ready for 7nm chips, but first, Intel delays its 10nm chip again. Let's get right to the news after this. What is going on, fellow nerds? It is me, Jamocha from Sounds Nerdy, and this is The Blip, the show in which I cover news, highlights, and events from the world of tech. Thank you for taking the time to stop by and check out this video. Let's get right to the news. First up, Intel delays its 10nm chip yet again. Intel continues to struggle with advancing from the 14nm process to its 10nm process for its chips. Originally expected to launch in 2016, Intel has delayed the chip again until 2019. The delay of the chips have not hurt Intel financially, as in Q1 Intel was able to gross $16.1 billion in revenue with a $4.5 billion profit, which is 50% higher than the same time last year. Even without the 10nm process, Intel continues to bring its chips to the market, notably the Core i9 chip, which launched earlier this year with great performance and good reviews. The 10nm chips are expected to launch in 2019, but does that leave room for AMD? Speaking of AMD, AMD is gearing up for 7nm CPUs and graphics cards. While Intel continues to struggle to release its 10nm chips, AMD is already pushing forward with 7nm process, and it's expected to launch in 2019. AMD launched its second generation Zen chips, which uses the 12nm tech already. Zen 2, meanwhile, will move to the 7nm manufacturing process. AMD is already testing Radeon Instinct machine learning graphics cards that use the 7nm Vega-based technology. AMD didn't say if it's bringing this tech to its gaming cards, but you can rest assured that more than likely they will also bring this 7nm technology to its graphics cards. Disney's Force Jacket prototype allows you to feel every VR punch. Up until now, we've been limited for vibrations in VR and AR to handheld devices, but thanks to Disney, they're working on a Force Jacket, of course it's named that, which will have an array of sensors and airbags throughout, which will provide force feedback. This could be key to immersive experiences for AR and VR consumers. As this is just a prototype and in its early stages, there is no timetable set for release. This could be the key for AR and VR technology, as it needs a little bit of jolt of energy. Hopefully this will release sooner rather than later, as I said, AR and VR could use this. And after years of flirting with each other, T-Mobile and Sprint finally agreed to become a union. The merger would appoint T-Mobile's CEO John Legere as the CEO, while Sprint's lead man will serve on the board of directors. Both feel the merger will allow them to roll out 5G faster together rather than going it alone by themselves. Not only will the merger allow them to compete with Verizon and AT&T, it will also allow them to compete against cable providers such as Charter and Comcast. The first order of business for this merger will be replacing broadband and not your smartphones as of yet. The merger would make this the third largest provider with around 94 million subscribers. And that is all the news I have for you today. Thank you for checking out The Blip. To stay up to date on more news, make sure you follow Sounds Nerdy on Twitter at Sounds Nerdy. And make sure you follow me, Jamocha, on Twitter at SNJamocha. And make sure you check out the website at www.soundsnerdy.com as well. And until the next video, guys, stay nerdy.